right, welcome back to Bayou Time. I'm Martin False, and you all have heard of Margie Scobie. She's done a great job in educating people of our area on the black history of our area. As I went through the museum a couple of years ago, I was intrigued by the amount of history that we have concerning the African Americans in Terrebonne Parish. And I never knew it existed till I walked and did the tour with Margie Scobie. She's broadening the horizons now. In what way? She has a bus she's taking around. So we now go to the Terrebonne Parish Library and we listen in as Margie Scobie is on the move again.
We kind of brainstormed and came up with the mobile unit. And with the mobile unit, we'll be able to move around more proficient, in reference to the schools, the universities, and we've been invited. We're so excited about that. But for the most part, bringing it to the local community, I think it's a wonderful way. It's very important, not just for February, because we're Black 365. And the one thing about it is, being able to bring your history to those that believe in what we do, and also to tell and celebrate, and that's basically what we do. Well, actually, we cover Terrebonne, Lafourche, and St. Mary. So even if we're in the Thibodaux area, they can learn more about maybe a well-known doctor from that area. They could learn about, some of those people from each of these areas, because we touch on each area of the tri-parish. Well, one of the things that we do have in the back, you see Dana Coleman as being one of the first African-American chief of police. And right below him, that's his great-great-great-grandfather, who was a free man of color. And so these are some of the things we still yet celebrate. And also we still own his branding line. And so that's a rare piece that we do have. And that's enough to show you, coming in from one area in life and becoming the chief, first Black chief of police. That's a wonderful story. And the other one is Alan Toussaint. He would sing this song, Southern Nights, and many times at least I thought, I didn't know where it came from, but I loved the song. And, after doing some intense research, we did find out that Alan Toussaint actually came from the Thibodaux, his family came from the Thibodaux area.
I think it's wonderful, and it's a blessing that we did get this mobile unit, because we were just hard hit by not being able to go back in the building. So I think we'll get more attention this way by being able to go around the community and different areas, because our Black people need to know their history, and more or less our young Black people need to know their histories, because a lot of them don't know it. Our history has been distorted in so many ways. We didn't know when we started off our history as being just Black and slaves, but now we know our history as being educated and doing more things than just being slaves. They have branched out and everything has changed and grown. We're still having little problems, but we're fighting.
I think it is amazing. I think the mobile unit is the best thing. Everything God does, he does it for a reason, because sitting in a building now, so many people have been scattered and so many people are not local because of the storms, because of the pandemic. So now with the mobile unit, she can travel around, she can go to different events, and the kids can learn. You can drive into a neighborhood where kids are playing on the park and they can come out and go into the museum and look and learn the history. So I think it's just amazing to have the mobile unit instead of being stationary in one building. You say Black history, you think about slavery, but it's so many other things that's involved in Black history. So many young Black Americans has did so many things that people don't even have a clue about.
We're looking to expand the mobile units. Actually, we're trying to get 3 to be at least in different, in each of the parishes. And hopefully we can get another building built from ground up, prayerfully. So that's what we're working on. A lot of research I've done, I've been into research maybe 43 years. And so when it comes to researching different areas and different people, I have knowledge about a lot of that stuff. So it wasn't hard, but just being able to downsize it, because, when we had it in the building, it was on a larger scale. So now, because we had to downsize it, we had to find a way, be innovative as to how we're going to get this stuff in a unit, because this unit moving and shaking, and so we had to find a way to try to stabilize everything. So that's one of the ways we had to try to be innovative to make this thing happen, starting in from slavery to the present. And research is intense. You have to really know, turn over a lot of rocks, dig and files, go to courthouses, and talk to families. So a lot of things goes into research. So it's not just going on the family search and finding information. No, it don't. I mean, family search is a good search engine, but you need to go in and really dig and get proof evidence as to, your history and be able to prove what you're saying. So I mean, we heard stories that Amos Sims was the first black sheriff of Terrebonne Parish. That's unfounded. He's not. He was the fourth. So that's why it's important to learn the history. Because when you get that type of information, it's not factual. So and so it's good to know. Well, our first invite is Nicholls State University, and of course we've been invited to a community college in Reserve, Louisiana. So we're going to take it from there, and we're going to do a presentation before the school board, and hopefully they accept us and we can bring it out to the schools.
I began selling African clothing. I began looking into the history and the culture, and people began to buy the African clothes, and they thought it was only Black history, but come to find out, they realized it's 365 days. So I do sell African attire here in Houma, Louisiana, and I am mobile also, so I move around.
And she donated us this beautiful scarf that we have. She learned something about the hair care today, and so she decided to donate that scarf for that mannequin.
Great job, Margie. We appreciate you sharing that information with our viewership. We'll take a break. We'll be back with more.